So I ordered the murder mystery game. Time to solve a murder. This is who was murdered. It comes with newspaper articles, fingerprints, evidence, and all the suspects. So a really important piece of information is that Harmony was murdered at 9:30 p.m. She was an average 28-year-old woman in good health. She died of blunt force trauma to the right eye and anterior scalp. And she was killed by a single strike to the head inflicted by a hand or blunt object. And the angle of the impact indicate the murderer would need to be a left-handed or ambidextrous woman or man of considerable strength and height. So you get 3 objectives. The first one is to figure out why Bones is innocent, and I'll show you that in a minute. After completing each objective, you open one of these envelopes and they will have more evidence and another objective for you to do. So I've already made it to B. I haven't made it to C yet. This guy's been locked up for 20 years and he didn't actually commit the murder. He was at a bar and left at 9 p.m. and then he was found at 10 o'clock sleeping on a bench and had the lady that got killed's ring in his hand, and that was at 10 o'clock. So you have to figure out why he's innocent first. Okay, so I was not expecting this to blow up at all, but got to give the people of TikTok what they want. So Bones said that he walked from the bar to Grant Park and fell asleep on the bench and woke up and he had 20 cops surrounding him because he had the lady that got murdered's ring in his hand. So you have to find out why he's innocent, and I got to reading the newspaper article, and you know, the front of it just tells like how she was murdered. So I got to reading this newspaper article, and on the back of it, it talks about how Dale Bridge is closed from 8:45 p.m. to 9:45 p.m. So if you look at the nifty map they include, that's the bar that he was at. That's where he was found. Dale Bridge is the only road that goes to Tilly's, which is where the girl was murdered. So that's how he's innocent, because he couldn't walk across that road because it was closed. Bones had the ring in his hand because somebody planted it in his hand while he was asleep on the bench in the park. But he's innocent because of, you know, the reason that I explained prior. You figure out that Bones is innocent. You open the first envelope and this is in it. It says objective number 2 is to crack the false alibi that one of the 5 suspects in the case has lied about his alibi. So I have to find proof. It also comes with this news article that says Bones was cleared of all charges because you found out that he's innocent. So one of the hints was that it was something obvious, that you don't have to look at small detail to figure out who was lying. So I started looking at this guy, and his name's Andy Allen, and he is a longtime friend of the victim, and they've been friends since they were 6 years old. Well, he had like a really weird infatuation with her, I guess, and never actually told her how he felt. And in his interrogation, he kept saying she was making a huge mistake marrying the guy that she was supposed to marry. So if you read his statement, it says that he was at home fixing his car and he went to bed around 11. Well, read the witness statement. The guy that he supposedly borrowed a wrench from while he was fixing his car said that he didn't come borrow a wrench until 10 o'clock. The victim was murdered at 9:30 p.m., so that doesn't necessarily cover his tracks. I think we're on to something, guys. So I started to look in the evidence folder and found this picture of the crime scene and all the cars parked out front. So I remember reading on the Andy Allen's person of interest report that he had a gray Hyundai Sonata. Well, what is that right there? So it comes with this tool. It's a magnifying glass, and you basically put a magnifying glass over this car, and you probably can't see it, but you can read the license plate number. And it freaking matched the freaking make of the car and the license plate number right there in black and white. Completed the second objective. He's the one who lied about his alibi. Our objective is to convict the killer. One of the suspects lied about something that seriously implicates him in the murder, and your job's to find it. So you also get a picture of them at T-Ball in 1976, and you get a letter from Harmony's mom. So, on Andy's person of interest sheet, he wrote that he is right-handed. This picture shows that he's left-handed, and the reason I know this is him and not this boy, she writes that she included a picture of them in T-ball and they were inseparable, and it was one of the few times I ever got between them. So, this is the mom, so that's Harmony. This has to be him. There's report. It says that the force and angle of impact indicate the murderer would need to be a left-handed or ambidextrous man or woman of considerable strength and height. That's enough proof to convict you. Once you open envelope C, which is after completing objective number 3, you get Andy's confession and a congratulations detective card because I cracked the case. This game is really fun. I highly recommend it. I will be posting a link to this game in the comments below. I had a lot of fun doing this. There's definitely a lot of stuff to read and it takes a lot of time to figure everything out. But I have 2 more cases on the way, so I will be doing more videos. So subscribe and don't forget to like the video, and I will be posting more soon.